So there is this political commentator. She is an independent journalist, and I honestly think she's awesome. I don't always agree with all of her opinions, but overall, very supportive of women who are out there as journalists, independent, doing their own thing. And, anyways, her name is Rachel Gilmore, and she recently got tagged in by CTV in their This Morning segments to do fact checking with them. She did her first segment, it did really well. Apparently, CTV seemed to think so. But unfortunately, one of Poilievre's campaign trolls decided to go after her online, thus sicking all of Pierre's nasty little people. And I know from following her from a couple of years now, she has a lot of problems with men on the right, especially not liking her. I mean, God forbid, a smart, intelligent woman, talk about things on the internet. Anyway, so I guess her next segment that she was supposed to have with them, because this was going to be like a weekly segment, got bumped because there was a premiere that they were going to talk to instead, and they couldn't, work the schedule. In the meantime, no word from CTV on her next segment, and then yesterday, I guess they contacted her to let her know that they were not going to be going forward with the segments because there was too much online public outcry and controversy. This is the problem with the fucking mainstream media, man. They bring her on the show. She does a good job. They have no problem with what she does. They have fact checkers on the show, so they would know whether or not she was lying, which is what the bullshit was being spewed by Poilievre's, I guess one of his senior advisors on his campaign or something, was going on about, was claiming that she was spewing, bullshit and they were falsehoods and everything else. CTV has their own fact checkers. They could have gone and looked to see whether or not she was lying on that segment. I mean, I would hope that they would have fact checkers that would have double checked before they put her on that segment. I mean, that's kind of their job to make sure that what was put on the air is factual. But instead of fucking backing her up, they act like a bunch of goddamn cowards and end up firing her. Like, absolute fucking bullshit. Basically cowering and because, oh no, if Pierre wins, we might have to bow down to his, his, and kiss his ring. So, you know what? This is why. Like, it's great that the mainstream media is there, for articles and stuff like that, but I will always prefer independent journalists. I mean, I always look for my left-leaning ones, obviously, because I don't trust most of the right-leaning ones. I even have a few centrists that I follow. But this is why I prefer them, because it seems like the independent journalists these days are the only one with a set of balls. Because mainstream media, all they care about are their corporate sponsors, their advertisers, they have to pay the bills, but they just, there's no balls anymore. These are not the people that are doing the hard-hitting journalism, that going out there and getting the stories that, nobody wants you to find out about. No, they just spew the same, stuff over and over again. Every once in a while, there might be some exclusives that they get, but they're certainly not doing the things the way they should, And, I feel bad for Rachel. This is not fair. They did not back her up. They did not support her. And now they've basically, tossed her to the wolves and have canceled the segment, which is just going to bring more online harassment for her. Fuck CTV for this shit. Absolutely fuck you all for this.